We recently traveled the length of Oregon's sprawling 5th Congressional District to find out why newcomer Amy Ryan Courser is making such a splash on Oregon's turbulent political scene.
Our future's so bright in this congressional race that we need shades.
But keeping up with Courser, a former city councilwoman from Kaiser known as ARC by friends and supporters, proved to be a challenge as she covered hundreds of miles in a district that stretches from Lincoln City to Lake Oswego, a 6,000 square mile area the size of Connecticut. Along the way, she heard the heartbreaking and uplifting stories of despondent homeless people, vilified cops and sheriffs, neglected farmers and educators who see the system spiraling out of control. What's your stand on defunding police?
Well, I disagree with it completely. We not only defend the police, we advocate for not only their salaries, but their overtime and making sure they're protected and that they have the resources available that they've always needed, and I've always been an advocate for that. My oldest got his undergrad here, and then he just graduated Willamette Law. So he went here first. Yeah, he went here first.
Great law school.
This is a great school. I'm concerned with the education that's being taught at the grade school level, and how kids can opt in and opt out, and the parents don't necessarily have a lot of control of what's being taught in the school. And I think it's really important on a federal level. Remember, as a federal candidate, I have that opportunity to go in, find some solutions, make some differences, and vote for the right values in our education. And to me, that's critical. Nice to meet you. I like your shirt. I noticed your shirt.
Thank you.
Well, it's really nice to meet you.
Thank
I don't
you,
know. You probably do a lot online, so if you have social media.
Yeah.
Love to have you follow me.
Sure.
That'd be great.
Yep.
The guys are helping me put together some, document, some of the campaign stuff that we're doing, because in the pandemic it's kind of hard to do. So.
Yeah, I hope it goes well because we need more Republicans. So.
Thank you. Are you a Republican?
Yes.
Always need to ask.
Very
that.
Republican. Very Republican.
Nice. Okay, guys.
Boss, this is Amy Ryan
fun.
Courser, congressional candidate for the
Oh!
5th District.
Thanks
That's
for sharing my
awesome.
pups.
Thank you. Tend to be a leader who represents the voice of the people in the bedroom communities, in our smaller communities, in our districts that haven't been heard in a long time. But everything is equally important: agriculture and our federal funding for education, and also, boy, we need to fix our unemployment. There are so many issues that federal can have a hand in that should be fixing right now, and we haven't done a very good job. We need to follow through, we need to provide accountability, and we need a leader that's strong enough to hold people accountable and call it what it is. And I plan on being that leader.
What do you look for from your congressman or your elected officials as a sheriff?
To represent us here, not necessarily, Washington. You don't represent Washington D.C. It's here. It's about here. If you lose sight of that, then things get skewed, and that's happened.
What can you tell us about your thoughts about homelessness and this crisis affecting America, and what you think as a congressperson you could do about it?
Well, it's one of the reasons that I got involved. I've worked closely with a lot of our homeless locally, and what's frustrating is that it's everywhere. It's universal. And there are some states who've done a better job that I think we can learn from, and they've emanated programs that are working. And so I don't think we need to reinvent the wheel, but we do need to work more. We need to work together. We need to work more cohesively and learn from each other, from the people who are doing it well. But I'll tell you, in our own streets, in our own backyards, and that's something that's it hits your heart, right? So that story that gentleman it hit your heart. So if I could tell anybody one message, and I've worked with some great people who are struggling in addictions and struggling with affordable housing and struggling with, there's so many reasons for homelessness, and I think people need to remember that on a compassionate level. Sorry. we have over 700 local nonprofits that can be a resource. Those people are professional and that's what they do for a living. We need to draw on that and we need to support those resources. But I think more important than anything is that homelessness is not under one umbrella, and everybody tries to throw money at it or fix it with just one solution, or here's a high rise and everybody can go live. A lot of our homeless, they like being outside. They don't want to be we're seeing them on the streets by choice. That gentleman we just talked to, he's looking for resources, but not all of them are. And so it's critical to learn that homelessness is for many different reasons. Affordable housing, and some of our younger families, they don't deserve to be grouped in with our opioid crisis or our lack of resources for programs when you leave incarceration. So sorry, I get frustrated. It's difficult because it's a difficult topic, but again, we can't group our homeless together, the ones that do need resources, and especially mental health.
Amy, it's been said that Kurt Schrader doesn't favor the farm. Why is that?
Well, I think there was a day that he did, and that he ran on that many years ago, probably at least 12 years ago, where he was actually on the agricultural committee and federally and really fought for the farmer. But those days have been gone a long time, and he now is on the energy committee. He left the agricultural committee to pursue his interest in energy, and including his new wife, who's a lobbyist for energy. So that's where he spends his time now. It's not here with our beautiful natural resources.
Do you feel like you're being neglected by Congress right now, or by our current representative?
Congress, as far as hazelnut growers, we're such a small value to them that they don't care.
Why are you supporting Amy Ryan Courser?
She seems to be more concerned about what's going on here in the state than Kurt Schrader, who you never hear about. And when he comes into town, his meetings are so protected by his supporters that you're not allowed in. And we've tried to get into Merkley's office and everything. Doesn't happen.
So you feel like Congress is out of touch with you?
I feel they're out of touch with the whole United States people.
If you were to meet somebody who did not know Amy Ryan Courser, what would you tell them about her?
Well, she's passionate about the subjects. She's passionate to make sure that people are taken care of, and she's concerned with what's really going on in the state. And we don't ever hear anything about what Schrader's concerned about anymore.
What are you looking for from your congressman?
I am looking for her to get involved in the Agriculture Committee, which Kurt Schrader has abandoned. When he married his lobbyist wife, who was an energy lobbyist, he basically left agriculture and moved over to energy. I've looked at a lot of his donations on the FEC website, and many of them are pharma and energy. I expect her to take care of the constituents that she's going to represent.
I'm Amy Ryan Courser. I'll represent you in Congress with common sense leadership that Oregonians deserve. I'm ready to take on the fight to Congress because we deserve better. Oregon deserves better, and I ask for your vote today.